points. NASDAQ futures ahead 241 points. More details at SRNnews.com.
What does it take for organizations to triumph? It takes trust, but trust is getting harder and harder to gain, which is why over 2,700 organizations display the ECFA seal. The ECFA seal gives your organization the third-party credibility that people are literally looking for. And in turn, an estimated 14 million givers support ECFA-accredited organizations. Let us help you maintain a trusted reputation as you reach the world for Christ. Visit ecfa.org/triumph to learn more.
If you're looking to get a new car, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Sure, you love your old car, but you know it's not normal to give instructions on how to open the window. It should be self-explanatory, but it's not. And notice how when you're in other people's cars, you can feel cushion in the seats? That's pretty nice, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renters and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new car. It's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Rocket 102.5.
With your updated forecast, I'm staff meteorologist Paul Trombley from the Weatherology Weather Center. Lots of sunshine today. Daytime highs approaching 100. Winds out of the south, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Overcast tonight, chance for storms. Lows dip down to about 63. Cloudy skies expected tomorrow. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs around 75. Temps a bit below average Friday and Saturday with highs from the low 70s to the upper 70s. Thunderstorms possible both days. Looking further out, 88 Sunday, 88 Monday, and 89 on Tuesday. Another look at the short range. We should top off around 100 today. Low of 63 tonight. Highs reach 75 tomorrow. Get up to the minute weather updates from the Weatherology Weather Center. I'm staff meteorologist Paul Trombley on this NWKS radio station. Currently, it's 64 degrees.
Rocket 102.5.
It's time for another NWKS Radio Dive-In Pool Party on August 10th at the Colby Aquatic Park. Doors open at 4 p.m. with Elemental showing at 5 and the Goonies at 7:15. Admission is $15 per person and $50 for a 4-pack at the door, which includes admission to both movies as well as a hot dog fee from 6 to 7. The Dive-In Pool Party is sponsored by
Colby Ag Center, Hoover Lumber, McCarty Family Farms, American Implement, CH Services, VAP Construction, Jason Gray of A1 Insulation, Ballman Mortuary, and Pathway Ag.
In recent months, some people looking for Midwest Energy on Google have reported sponsored ads pop up with different phone numbers, connecting them to scammers. When online, always look closely at links and phone numbers before clicking or calling. Midwest Energy's only phone number is 1-800-222-3121. Any other number, and it's likely a scam. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative, making energy work for you.
Are you in search of a new pickup? Well, why not trust the team at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas, as they currently have great deals on all kinds of trucks. Get yourself into a 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 pickup with 5.9% APR plus $3,250 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or get a 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 pickup with 5.9% for 84 months. As always, go to hurlchev.com to schedule any service or check out what's on the lot, or just stop on by in South Goodland.
Whether you're buying your first house or your retirement dream home, we know the importance of getting a mortgage you can live with. At F&B Bank, our goal is to make your financing search quick and enjoyable, from the terms to the personal attention along the way. Give me, Brett Lampy, a call at 785-890-5616 to apply today. F&B Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your livelihood is important to you. You work hard to succeed in your farming operation, crop, livestock, home, vehicles, and special needs. We have you covered. Discounts are available for new business, remodeling, hail-resistive roofing, multi-policy, and many more. Optional coverage endorsements as well for machinery ingestion and equipment breakdown. Umbrella coverage for additional coverage on your home, farm, and auto. See the girls at the insurance agency at 1020 Main in Goodland or call 785-899-5011.
The Northwest Kansas District Free Fair is here. Check out the modified truck and tractor pull on Wednesday night at 7:30, the Ranch Rodeo on Thursday night at 6:30, and the Goodland Kiwanis Demo Derby on Friday evening at 7:30. Ride all the rides at one of the best home-owned carnivals around. Plus, there's live music on the Midway every night. Tons of great food all day long in and around the 4-H building as well. It's the Northwest Kansas District Free Fair, going on now in Goodland at the Sherman County Fairgrounds.
You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
If you want to win in football, it all starts up front. Mass kicks ass.
And Christian Peck-Dimit.
You watch him even at practice, this kid's got a strap on.
The region's only local sports talk.
They're basically idiots.
Broadcasting on Goodland's Rocket 102.5, simulcasting on Goodland's 730 Gold KLOE.
Oh, God, they're everywhere.
Discussing it all from the preps.
Showtime for the Lady Eagles.
To the pros.
Right side throw, touchdown! Kansas City!
The Blitz is presented by Pearl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank, as well as the Insurance Agency, Farmer State Bank in Oakley, the Cowboy Corner Express, and Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell.
Let's go to work.
Here's the 3. Davis.
Davis, detonation at the rim.
And there's a swing and a high fly ball deep out to right. McCormick is back. It's gone. There goes the no-hitter.
This could do it. Out to left field coming in. Benintendi. And the streak is over. After 21 L's in a row, the White Sox come to the West Coast and get their first win in a long time. Say it with me. Southside, stand up. Oh, the talking is over. The world champion is in front. But Cole Hawkins not that win yet. Cole Hawkins wins gold. He upsets the favorites. It's gold to the USA.
Hey, happy Wednesday morning, everybody. It is the Morning Blitz on Goodland's Rocket 102.5 and simulcasting on 730 Gold KLOE. Glad you're with us here on August the 7th, a beautiful, glorious morning of 67 degrees outside the KKCI studios here in South Goodland. Was there anything more exciting yesterday in the world of sports than watching Cole Hawker make up what was pretty much 5 meters in the matter of 25? That was a dude's run right there by Cole Hawker in the 1,500-meter run. That was exciting. It don't get much better than that. I think that was the highest point of the Olympics at this point in time, in my opinion. If you didn't see it, go watch Cole Hawker in the final 150 meters. And then when he kind of has to jump back because he gets cut off, to make up that in the last 20 meters is ridiculous.
The answer to your question is no. I don't think there has been a higher point or a more exciting point yet. Hopefully more that involve the USA are coming, but important to throw in there, also got bronze out of it too. The US, that was, my goodness, it was an incredible upset too. I didn't know the context going in, but there were a couple of favorites, and Cole was not one of them. So to have that kick like that in the final couple of 100 meters and really, like Ross said, right down at the very last moment, you could hear the announcer. It felt like that guy was pulling away. I can't remember his name, and
the guy from Great Britain who was who considered to be the favorite, and Hawker just sped around him in the last 20 meters. I mean, it was a gritty performance from Cole Hawker. And then I think Yared Nugusi, is how you say his last name. They make American history. 2 Americans medal in the men's 1,500 Olympics for the first time in 112 years. Crazy. Fun side of the day right there. That was a heck of a race. I'm all in on distance running. I know it's not that exciting probably as the 100, but I think it's actually better.
It is super exciting.
Gut themselves to just imagine. You have to run at a very fast pace for a very long. Think about it. They ran almost a mile in 3.5 minutes. Almost a mile. So think about it. You got to have the hammer down most of the way, and then you still have to have enough in the tank to speed around someone at the very end, and then it's a 100-meter once again, I'm going to sit here and say that was the most exciting thing we've seen in the Olympics so far. Cole Hawker in the 1,500, even more than Noah Lyles coming out to win by a chest hair in the 100 meters. I'm going to say Cole Hocker takes it.
That was pretty cool to watch, but yeah, I think Hocker, you sort of got to see it more live, where Lyles, I think it's less exciting because it was so close and you have to go back to the review and watch all of that. So I got to agree. That's what I did in high school, was distance running, cross country and track. And I was out there dying and, just throwing it all out there to get my 5-minute mile. So I obviously can't imagine, and few can, the level that they have to run. But you're absolutely right. It basically is all out the entire way. It's so much between the ears. The mental strength of these guys is on another level.
Boy, how about also late last night, for those who were still up? I did not watch it live, but I did see the highlights. The Chicago White Sox have ended their losing streak. Sound the hallelujah chorus. If I had a hot button, I'd play it, but I don't for that. I need to get that on there. But 21 games. They beat the Athletics 5-1 last night, snapping a 21-game losing streak that finally gives them a W. It's going to be, it's complete overhaul time for the White Sox. I mean, they need changes everywhere, except for probably the owner, who, of course, obviously owns the team, but everybody below the owner probably needs to be replaced too. But past that, everyone needs to probably be refreshed and replaced. It's bad. We talked about it a couple of shows ago about how they're just not very good at player development and at the major league level. And it's not good, but I'm just so glad they finally got that. They had to tie the record for 21. And then they finally got that win against the Athletics last night, 5-1. So congratulations, Chicago White Sox. Way to go, guys.
As a Pistons fan, most of you know that I went through something similar this past year where we're going for records, and we actually broke the record, but not the right type of record. Of course, a similar one to the one the White Sox were going for. It's tough because once you finally get that win, you're excited, and then you feel bad about being excited because you're like, we're just going to go back to losing more again. It just won't be in a row. Yeah, the White Sox may not be getting better anytime soon because I saw something similar to Ross the other day. They definitely do have the worst in the majors. Oh, man. It's going to be a while, and that's sometimes a tough pill to swallow as a fan.
There was a great meme or a tweet. Actually, it was a tweet that was put out late last night, and it was somebody who was like, it showed a picture of a guy sitting with his back against the wall because they were at Oakland Coliseum, and the bullpens are down along the outfield line or down the left field and right field lines in the outfield. There's no bullpens. I mean, there's no real. It's a part of the field at the Oakland Coliseum, and there's a White Sox player leaning back against the fence, just kind of sitting there, and the caption of it was, "When you're the guy who's traded from the league leading Dodgers to the White Sox."
It's a toughie. It's
real kick in the shorts right there.
It's fun to say, oh yeah, the White Sox are gonna overhaul. They're gonna get rid of all their pieces, right? They're gonna start from zero. And then if you're one of the pieces traded back, that's not so fun.
Yeah. And you think about it, you're thinking about your life. You're like, oh my, I'm in LA. I'm with the Dodgers. It's great. You're going to be traded to where? Southside Chicago. Great.
Oh, great. Taxes are about the only thing that gets better in that situation.
That's about all you're getting.
It's a very short list.
Now that's a big thing. But
yeah, especially when you're making however many million.
Well, I doubt that guy's making millions. I would guess in the 6-figure range would be my guess.
They did give him to the White Sox.
Yeah, he went to the White Sox. So anyway, also yesterday, USA men's basketball picks up a convincing win over what was it? Brazil. I was thinking about Serbia because they play Serbia next, but Brazil, they won convincingly. Any takeaways from that? Or is there any concern that the U.S. is not going to win a gold in basketball? There should be zero, right? Zero concern.
There should be zero. Yeah. And I will say there are good teams that are left. It's, by the way, the semifinals right now. That's where the U.S. just made it to. They beat Brazil in the quarterfinals. So the other semifinal teams are the U.S. and Serbia, who they'll be playing tomorrow at, I believe, 2 Central. And then France and Germany, both of whom have sort of a smattering
of high quality NBA players on their roster and who play well together. We talked, I think it was earlier this week, or maybe it was last week. No, it was last week when we were talking 3-on-3 basketball, who, by the way, got bronze. 3-on-3 girls got bronze. Hey, after that start,
Should be getting gold in a game you invented, but all right, whatever. No, I'm joking. It's good, especially after the start. That's
start, and without Cameron Brink.
If you combine the men's and the women's record in 3-on-3 basketball, it still wasn't very pretty, considering you invented the game. It's not good.
That's fair. Jimmer Fredette was injured, to be fair, but I will say you got a bronze out of that. That's good, but on the USA men's side for 5-on-5. You've got France and I think you'll make it past Serbia because Jokic is a monster, of course, but that's about the only player worth naming on that roster. France and Germany are both pretty solid teams. I don't think they will beat the USA, but if this makes sense, they can. So hopefully that'll be at least a fun game to watch and won't be 122-87 like it was USA over Brazil. Get this. The starting 5 for the U.S. last night, none of them played more than 20 minutes because they didn't have to. They won by almost 40. They shot 71% from the field. 71%. That's LeBron, Embiid, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Steph Curry combined to go 22 of 31 from the field. That's almost unfair. I don't really, but you almost feel bad for whoever they're going to play. And there's not a bunch of takeaways on Team USA because, hey, they're just dominating and they're probably going to continue. But, of course, we do have some updates for Nuggets fans. Ross, we've got good news and we've got bad news for Nuggets fans. What do we want to hit first?
Oh, I'm always a bad news first guy. End on a positive note. Bad news first.
I go the same way. I think a lot of people just like to get the positives first so they can get, just feeling good before they get let down. I like the bad news first as well. The bad news is Jamal Murray is terrible and Team Canada is out. They
Thank you, Texter Jared is texting right along with us. Thank you, Jared.
Is he really? He is. Wow.
He's all with us.
Love
By the way,
Jamal
picking
Murray.
Serbia to beat the U.S., or maybe he's hoping it to happen. He's
It'd
hoping
be cool
Serbia
to
beats the
see,
U.S.
I will say,
Serbia, by the way,
especially
was
as a
down
nice
by yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw this, but in the basketball realm, the 3 games before the U.S. took on Brazil, they're like the average point total of differential where the team that actually won trailed, I think, was like 13. It was nuts. Like, there was a couple of games, like Serbia was down by 24. I forget the other game. They were down by 26 and came back and won. And then there was another game. I think it was 12 or 13. They were down and came back and won before the U.S. rolled Brazil. So Serbia did not look good against Australia yesterday and then charged back to get the win.
Really, it's just Jokic and everyone else. The stats from these Olympics of him on the floor versus him off the floor are crazy. But guess what? Jamal Murray shot from the field last night. He took 13 shots. Give me a guess for what he shot from the field.
2 of 13.
You were close. 3 of 13, which is almost as bad. He just has not been good all Olympics, and he even had to come off the bench yesterday. It really doesn't matter. It's Canada. I don't care if they win a medal or not. Even part of me is like, hey, they didn't win a medal. Cool. But Jamal Murray not playing well down the stretch of the playoffs and then that leaking over into the Olympics when it really matters and obviously against lesser competition definitely hurts a little bit if you're a Nuggets fan. He played 4 games in the Paris Olympics. I'm going to read you his stats real quick. 6 points per game. 6. 3.8 assists. 3.0 rebounds. And you might be saying, hey, you just mentioned he came off the bench and he's got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and some good scorers on this team. So what? He only scored 6 points. Maybe he's shooting an all right field goal percentage. That's what would matter. 29% from the field. 29. In his 3-point percentage, 14. That's brutal. That's your bad news. if you're a Nuggets fan. That's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, it's not pretty numbers any way you want to put it. That's for sure. Anyway, U.S. will play Serbia coming up. What is that, tomorrow? Saturday?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow at I think I saw 2 Central.
There you go. So check that out for sure. Like I said, it's kind of a smorgasbord to open up the show. We didn't know exactly what we're going to talk about this morning. I did have a topic idea. We'll see if we can stash that for a later date. But also you do want to probably mention Kevin Durant became the all-time Olympic scorer as well.
He did. He not only became the all-time male scorer, but male or female combined. He's Team USA's all-time leading basketball scorer. He actually passed Lisa Leslie, who had 288 career Olympic points. She's a 4-time gold medalist. Durant is a 3-time gold medalist. Hopefully he gets that 4th one in not too long here, but he now has 494 career points. And I thought the biggest thing out of this is he didn't really care all that much. He was, excited about it, but humble and sort of respectful to the record and everything. I thought that was maybe not what we always see from Kevin Durant. So that was cool. He said records are meant to be broken, so somebody will come along and do the same, to my record. But I'm just focused on trying to win gold. Is this a team-focused Kevin Durant? Russell Westbrook somewhere is punching the air, sitting on his couch at home.
I just love it. Yeah, he's like, well, Jason Tatum's going to break this record at some point in time because he's the face of the NBA. So.
It's true. It's true. He's coming for it after his 1 of 5 shooting last night.
We'll just have to see. Anyway, that's enough about the USA basketball team. There's enough there. But that's anyway. Some interesting thoughts from the Olympics yesterday. Once again, some great track and field, some great basketball. Some other good stuff as well mixed in there too. Did you watch anything else pretty exciting in the Olympics yesterday at all? Did you catch anything else that caught your eye?
Yesterday, no. Other than track and some basketball, I was watching the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, which I think is a great movie.
Was that the first time you ever seen it?
No, that's one of the all-timers for me. And you know what I learned yesterday? Not that great of a movie as far as critics are concerned. I love it. It's on my all-time list.
Never trust the critics. The critics don't know what you like.
I know, but the 1 and the 2, there are 2 movies. They have a combined 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not combined, average 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's terrible. I loved those movies growing up, but it is cool to see that the U.S. not only is, of course, running away from the total Olympic medals, and that's been happening for a while now, a 26 medal lead on second place, which is China with 60. U.S. has 86. But the thing that was really in question for a while was the gold tally, and U.S. now leads by 2, second place, who is China, and believe it or not, Australia in third with 14. So leading in the golds and overall getting our stuff together.
I thought I saw I'll see if I wrote this down. I saw a fun fact. U.S. track continues to stand head and shoulders above the competition. No other country has more than 2 golds. They already have 5, does the U.S.
Woo.
So they are dominating in track and field at this point in
It's
time.
crazy. And I still love the stat. I think I gave it out on Monday that the total medal count from swimming for the U.S., that's 28, is more than all but 4 other countries have total medals from all the sports from the entire Olympics combined. I think that's awesome.
How many total medals does the U.S. have again? 83 or 86?
86 now.
And I think that's actually 3 more than that was the previous Summer Olympics high total, I think, was 83.
Like all-time record?
I think so. I think I read that too somewhere. So, I mean, I might want to fact check me on that, but I believe I read that right it was late last night. I was doing some studying for the show, and I was like, wow, 83 medals, and you've already surpassed it with 86 at this point in time. That's nuts. That's nuts. And it was honestly a slow start for the U.S., I thought, personally. Now they're starting to pick up some steam, but I thought it was a slow start.
Especially in the golds department.
Yeah, way, way behind in that for sure. Coming up here, let's see here. We have a question here on the text line. If you're confident the number of world athletes that train here to come to college, the margin is huge. Yeah, this is a texter Bill. It says if you consider the number of world athletes that come to college here in the U.S., the margin is huge. Yeah, the amount of because all the elite training, of course, would be here. Oh yeah, I mean, there's tons. I mean, the 4x. Was it the mixed or the mixed? I don't know. Is that the right word? The mixed where they have the two women and the two men. The mixed 4x400 was the Netherlands that won it, I believe. And then one of the guys on there that was one of the legs. He runs at Kansas State. He's a leg at Kansas State. That's so I mean, cool. Yes, there's and if you listen to the broadcasts of these shows, they'll tell you, oh, this is so and so and. They're at Auburn or, they're at Arkansas or, they're running at UC Santa Barbara, whatever it might be. That's where they are now for college. And, they're the elite of the elite. So, yeah, that's a great point made by Bill. That's a very excellent point.
It's cool to say that the world is catching up, but then you look out across the landscape and you're like, hey, all of them are still coming here to train, here to prepare, here to get ready for these all-time World Olympics. And guess what? Nobody's catching up. 26 medal lead on everybody else.
If you think about it, I mean, how many countries probably have the facilities that the U.S. has to train to the optimal performance? How many countries besides the U.S.? I would guess probably a handful.
Who else throws this much money at athletics?
Maybe China, Japan, the UK, maybe. France. I don't know. France is having a pretty good Summer Olympics, I think, for the most part. So I'll give that. But I would guess the U.S. throws more money at this than anybody else would be my guess. I don't know that. That's just a complete guess.
Who else throws this much money at athletics in general? It's ridiculous.
I don't know. What is that? Where is the United Arab? Why can't I think of that?
Oh yeah, United Arab Emirates.
they throw money.
Where are the Saudis, baby?
Where are they at?
Give me that oil money. Cover up my human rights violations.
Yeah.
Let's huck money at the best golfers in the world.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Be careful what you wish for. They may be throwing money at who knows what, and they'll be the best in some Olympic sport in 20 years. We don't know.
Just wait until LeBron James at 45 takes $70 billion.
$70 billion. Oh, if it's not life-changing money, I mean, and generational money, I don't know what's after that, but that's ridiculous.
There's another level above it. That's what
when $1 million is like a dollar bill to the rest of us. That's when you've made it really big. That's wild. Crazy. All right, that'll do it for the first segment here. I know, sorry, it was just a bit of a smorgasbord this morning. So for those who are like, where are these guys going? I mean, I guess we kind of say the umbrella was Olympic talk to an extent, but it was a little bit of a with the White Sox mixed in there. But a little bit of a smorgasbord.
Say a prayer for a White Sox fan in your life today. They need it.
Coming up, Angie Brumbaugh, Goodland High School volleyball coach, going to join us here in studio to talk about the summer that they've had. And it's been interesting a summer for Coach Brumbaugh as well. We'll get to that next. You're listening to the Morning Blitz.
The Chevy Summer Drive event is going on right now at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Right now, you can get a Chevy Silverado 1500 pickup with up to $5,750 of total rebates when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or get 1.9% financing on select 2023 and 24 model Chevrolets, plus no payments for 90 days. As always, go to hurlchev.com to schedule any service or check out what's on the lot, or just stop on by in South Goodland.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning, this is Kate Thompson with the Anderson Trade Group. Today is Wednesday, August 7th. And on the overnights last night, September corn lower 3.5, 385 1/4. December down 3 at 402 1/4. March down 3 at 419 1/4. And May corn down 3 cents at 430 1/4. September beans down 10 cents on the overnights at 10.04. November down 9 3/4 at 10.17. January down 9.5 at 10.33 3/4. And March beans down 8 3/4 at 10.48 1/2. Chicago wheat, the September contract higher 3 on the overnights at 5.46 1/4. December higher 3.5 at 5.69 3/4. March up 2.5 at 5.89 3/4. And May up 1 1/4 at $6. Kansas City wheat September contract higher 4 cents at 5.65 and a half. December up 3 3/4 at 5.82. March up 3 cents at 5.96 and a quarter. And May hard wheat up 2 3/4 at 6.04. On the stock market this morning, the Dow up $307 at 39,450. The S&P up 59 at 5,325. The Nasdaq up 249 at 18,428. Gold higher $13 an ounce at 2,445, and crude oil up $1.65 a barrel at 74.86. If you have any questions about marketing grain or would like to talk about risk management options, give our Colorado office a call, John Hankey at 970-744-4484, or in our Kansas City office, myself, Tom Pluto, Jared Law, or Tyler Ghosh at 913-748-3000.
The Anderson Trade Group, proud market partners with Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio. Find out more at andersongrain.com. The risk of loss through trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor and or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated, is not indicative of future results. The Anderson Trade Group has no guarantee that the advice given will result in profitable trades.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. Outpacing the competition with innovations fueled by Bayer's R&D, keeping you equipped with an expanded portfolio, elite genetics, and additional local test plots. Channel leads the field, so you can rise above. See how you can save at channel.com/finance24. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
When it comes to growing soybeans, you need an advantage. And with Zetavo soybean seed, you get a big one. 3.4 bushels per acre big. It's a yield advantage made possible by BASF genetics, proprietary germplasm, and industry-leading seed quality. Talk to your retailer today about staying ahead of the game with Zetavo soybean seed. From BASF, Zetavo soybean seed.
The Farmers State Bank of Oakley has been financing agriculture since the day we opened our doors. Hello, this is Corbin, and we are proud to be your locally owned partner in ag. We invite you to come and visit with us when you need to purchase new or used farm equipment, or need any type of agriculture or business loan. We have the knowledge, experience, and financial resources to keep you growing. The Farmers State Bank of Oakley, a tradition of community and agriculture for over 115 years. Member FDIC.
Your livelihood is important to you. You work hard to succeed in your farming operation, crop, livestock, home, vehicles, and special needs. We have you covered. Discounts are available for new business, remodeling, hail-resistive roofing, multi-policy, and many more. Optional coverage endorsements as well for machinery, ingestion, and equipment breakdown. Umbrella coverage for additional coverage on your home, farm, and auto. See the girls at the insurance agency at 1020 Main in Goodland, or call 785-899-5011.
Summertime is here, and so are your local Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware stores with anything and almost everything you need for these warm days. Give your place a new look with Benjamin Moore paints. Keep your lawn looking its best with mowers, blowers, and trimmers from Craftsman, Toro, and Ego. And they still have that amazing selection of outdoor grills from Traeger and Weber, plus the popular flat-top Blackstone griddles. Find it all and much more at Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware with locations in Colby and Goodland, open every day but Sunday.
You're tuned in to the Morning Blitz.
Great call. Love where your head's at.
With Ross Volkmer and Christian Peck-Dimit.
Continuing here on a Wednesday morning, August the 7th. Once again, going to be a much warmer day today than it was yesterday. Temperatures back up into the low 100s, upper 90s in the tri-state region. But after today, cooler temperatures are going to prevail. That's what we're excited for. At least I am. I'm sure Angie Brumbaugh is too. She joins us in studio this morning. Goodland Cowgirl head volleyball coach. Oh, you're the first to wave on the camera. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Bill Behrman was not happy. He was more like, you're going to put me on there? It's like, yeah, you're going to be on here. Okay. Okay. How's it going?
Good.
So we'll just get the bear out of the room. So Coach Brumbaugh is in great spirits, but it has been a rough summer for Coach Brumbaugh as she did. So what was it? So tell the backstory. We were playing co-ed volleyball how many years ago?
In 2014.
In 2014, and she blew out her left knee playing co-ed volleyball. And then this past summer, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Well, surgery was 2 weeks ago, so July 10th.
So July 10th, she was helping with a camp here in Goodland and went to go dig up a ball and blew out the other knee. And so it's been a rough go for Coach Brumbaugh. We feel your pain.
Was it the ACL?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been a tough summer for her personally on that front, which, by the way, which I think this is most impressive, being someone who tries very hard in this department, but that snapped a streak of 750 plus 780 some days of working out consistently, like either doing something, some sort of workout. 780. That is an amazing number. So yes, that deserves a round of applause, Coach. That's amazing. Trust me, I tried, but I couldn't do 700 that many days in a row.
When does PT start for you?
Oh, well, I live with
She
the
lives with
physical
one.
therapist, so
Oh,
it
there
pretty
you
much
go.
started the moment I walked out of surgery, actually.
I mean, she gets the best treatment of anybody for this type of thing because, you know, her
But
husband's
officially last week.
Yeah, so, but she came in, she walked in the studio with the brace on, but she looks fine. So I give you a lot of props, Coach. You're looking good. And once again, we hope for a speedy recovery. On the other side of things, let's talk Cowgirl volleyball. What's this summer been like from your perspective, and what has kind of the schedule been like?
Right. Yep. So this year we did our normal mornings, 2 mornings a week. We did not go to a team camp this year because we lost 2/3 of our roster. So it's like, how do you pick 10 kids just to take to a team camp? So we had a coach come here and do a camp for us here. Out of Cali County, and that was a great camp for us. Got several kids that did that too. And then the week after that, we had our normal team camp that we do. And then we went to Garden City and was actually very impressed how it went there for our first kind of go, getting out on the court, trying some new positions. And as the day went, we kind of changed things just a little bit there too. But like I told them, not going to lie, during the warm up, we were playing Ingles was our first match there, and they have a D1. I think she's only going to be a junior, but she's already committed to Wichita State. Great little player. And they warmed up great, and we warmed up. I'm like, oh, geez, what did we get ourselves into? But I was so proud. I mean, we were blocking well. We were digging well. We were executing well. We didn't end up winning, but it was close. I mean, all day long. So just a great spot for us to be coming out of the summer, just starting to gel really well already. So I was very proud of the girls and how we're looking already.
Yeah, this upcoming season is definitely going to be one with a learning curve, you would assume, because of all the girls you've graduated the last couple of years. I was kind of curious who have been the kind of the next group of your leaders kind of stepping up here over this summer that you're looking to lead a little bit more.
Right. I mean, stepping right into that. So our only 3 kind of returning starters that we had were Libby, who played middle for us, and she's continuing to do that. But I had her playing all the way around. She's got a long reach back there and can get a lot of balls up. Lauren moved her to the left side, and she did a great job for us out there. And again, by the end of the day, I actually ended up keeping her in all the way around too. And then Elisa Rickard, still on the left side for us. Allie Days stepped in that libero role and came out and did much better than expected. Not that I didn't expect her to do well, but I was really proud of the balls that she was able to get up, and just the communication already just kind of stepped in that role. Like, she never missed a year because she was out last year due to an ACL injury. And then let's see, I know I'm going to miss several names here. So who else did I have in the middle? So we, Maddie Nemechek and Michaela Spresser, we kind of alternated in that other middle role, and they both did a great job. Kind of both offer us very similar things. One's right-handed, one's left-handed, but both did a very similar job out there, doing a great job. On the right side, Cammie came out and played on the right side, so in that opposite position, and she just gets so high. She's a great blocker on a strong side, attacker on the other side of the net, so did a great job for us. But I'm trying to think who else I'm forgetting. I know I'm forgetting kids.
We will. I know. And it's not to put any other kids down or something like that. Yeah. It's just, I just find it to be fascinating. These type of years are interesting because my guess is the last couple of years, they've been a lot of fun for you. Yeah. You've gone to 4 straight consecutive state volleyball tournaments. That's been awesome. Right. And now it's a different kind of coaching mode where you kind of have to where you're maybe talking higher level things with these girls that have played a lot. Now you have to kind of back it down. But how's that been different for you?
I mean, they're just like I always tell, and a huge name that I shouldn't forget, by the way, actually is Hope.
Yeah, Hope.
Because she was an attacker for JV last year, and kind of this summer, I'm like, Hope, just telling you, I see you as a setter for us. Because she's got that court command. She's quick. She can get to the ball. She's just going to do anything that she can to make her team better. And she did a great job. She was getting balls up to make it an attackable ball. And so she did a great job there too. We did run a 6-2 a little bit part of the day to try it. But I think the 5-1 was the better option for us. So, which is just 5 attacker options, 1 setter versus having a 6-2 would be kind of like your setter is always coming from the back row, I guess is a quicker way to explain that. But yeah, I mean, the kids they know the expectation, they're workers. And so they're always out there grinding, giving everything they can. And again, I think we have great pieces. It just kind of might take us a little bit of time to get those pieces gelling together the best way possible. But they're doing a great job. I'm super proud of them.
Angie Brumbaugh is joining us in studio, Goodland Cowgirl head volleyball coach. I mean, but I want to go back more to your perspective. I mean, kind of starting at the grassroots to an extent a little bit more this year. How has that been interesting or good for you to an extent?
Yeah, I mean, we might not as of yet. I mean, we still ran some quick things, but not as quick of an offense probably as what we've done the last few years. But I think we can get there. It's just going to take a little time, but we still try all the same things,
right?
Kind of back it off a little bit. It doesn't really change our serve receive. It doesn't just kind of kids that haven't had to, because really what we lost as a whole is every passer. So our ball control,
which is highly important.
Yes, our ball control. But every drill that we've always done when we practice it is everybody has to practice that ball control, and we've done it. So they're just having to step in a role where they're doing that more in match play.
You know, for those who don't follow volleyball extremely close, I mean, having a great setter is like having a great quarterback in football. Yes. That's a very big piece. And so when you're trying to find that person, you know, like you said, you were looking for floor command. You're looking for floor command and all that stuff. During the summertime, you know, like quarterbacks, for example, will go do 7-on-7. They'll be throwing to their wide receivers. They'll be going through the offense. What in volleyball can you do to try and get yourself more prepared for the season as a quarterback of a volleyball team, as the setter is?
Well, I think for one, of course, your setter, I mean, yes, they have to have great command, but they have to deal with whatever pass is given to them too. So they may be setting or trying to put up a hittable ball from any area of the court, depending on that pass that goes up there. And I think your hitters being able to hit from any area of the court. I mean, making a ball aggressive, make a ball better. And that is a huge thing that we talk about in practice. Whatever you get, make it better than what you receive that ball is. So as the setter, make the ball better. As the attacker, make it better. So never giving up on yourself, never giving up on your teammates. When you have that dig up, don't hang your head, because maybe it's not what you thought, but you've got 5 other people on your team that can try to get that ball, make it hittable, so that we can turn around and make an aggressive ball for the other team to try to get back.
Angie Brumbaugh joining us here in studio. One more from me on just your older, you talked about your older girls, you know, Libby Cure, Ricky, Alyssa Rickard, and then of course, why am I losing my mind? Lauren Linton, the ones that played a little bit more last year. What do you need to see out of them to take that next step?
I mean, just that positive leadership, I think is a huge thing. Staying confident in those people around them, helping those people around them believe in themselves. I mean, when you lose some of that experience that we had out there, I mean, I think we graduated, of that group that graduated, Jaxie was a 4-year. She went to state all 4 years. And then, I mean, some of them lettered all 4 years because they were part of that kind of practice squad that helped us get there. So we lost a ton of just experience. And I mean, you really don't, I mean, yes, we miss those kids out there, but you don't notice a difference in leadership. I mean, we're just really getting out there and helping our teammates believe in themselves and staying confident. And I think that's a huge piece.
You talked about exactly what I think the storyline will be this season of sort of that reload and graduating so many different winners that were career winners, but you still have some, of course, left on that roster. Throughout this season, do you think that will sort of help the transition, that winning mentality, and having gone to state so many times?
Well, and I just think too, I mean, we've worked so hard at just changing. I mean, the culture is still there. I mean, they're still driving themselves in the weight room. They're still driving themselves in practice. I mean, yes, there's kids that don't, but as a whole, we're really pushing, and that's kind of, I think, where the separation starts to occur, when those kids that are, I mean, they might be exhausted, but they're still showing up for themselves. They're still showing up for their team, because they're realizing it's not about me. It's about what we can do all together. And I think that's just a huge piece.
How much of how great of a showing have you seen in the weight room and the commitment to the weight room this summer? I mean, because it is important in the volleyball world. We talked about strengthening legs and things like that. How important, and that's a very big deal. So how great of a turn have you seen this summer in the weight room? Because I know you're there most of the time.
Yes, until like the last 2 weeks. Yes,
you have a fair excuse. You have a fair excuse.
No, it's been great. I mean, the core group that we've had there, I think, I want to say it's like been 25 to 28 that have been very consistent and being there. There's a few, of course, you wish that could show up more, but obviously work for some of them, that plays a part too, because the girls' weight room part doesn't start till 7:30, and I know a lot of people go to work at 8. But I mean, we've had a great group that's been there and just working hard and pushing themselves in there, and not just being there to get it done, because that's a big thing we talk about all the time. First of all, be where your feet are. Make sure your mind is here when you're working here, and then don't just be here to say you were here. I mean, you're here. You've gotten up, put in the time, push yourself through that too.
Angie Brumbaugh in studio with us here. I had one more question, but it just slipped my mind. So, and it happens to me all the time. I don't know why it does, but anyway,
it only gets worse.
I know, that's what everyone says. It's got me scared. Is there a multivitamin for that or something? Anyway, I know what it was going to be. Every year for the last few years, numbers have been great for Cowgirl volleyball. Are you expecting something like that this year again?
I think it'll be pretty similar. We had several at the meeting, excuse me, that came before school was out. And then there were a few, I mean, they sign in. And so I just kind of check with them, hey, are you still doing this? And we have a few that kind of go other directions. But as a whole, I think we're going to have at least right around 40 kids.
Wow. Such a great turnout for Cowgirl volleyball. It has been for a long time underneath Coach Brumbaugh. Coach, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it, and look forward to seeing the Cowgirls play here this fall.
Thanks for having me. Absolutely.
Once again, great stuff from Angie Brumbaugh. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with the final segment next here on the Morning Blitz.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Fraudsters are out to get your hard-earned money, but you can protect yourself by following 3 simple steps. 1, don't give your account number, card information, or online banking login credentials to anyone. 2, be cautious in responding to unexpected pop-up windows or text messages. And 3, watch your accounts. If you suspect that your bank information has been compromised, call your F&B bank immediately. We are here to help you protect your hard-earned money. FNB Bank, member FDIC.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Ross Volkmer,
I love him.
Christian Peck-Dimit.
I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner.
It's the Morning Blitz.
Thanks again to Angie Brumbaugh. Always love having her on. If you're having a bad day, just go talk to Coach Brumbaugh. She'll brighten it up. It's got that personality. Thanks,
You're
Coach.
right. She was in great spirits. Surgery 2 weeks ago, already moving.
Oh,
like that.
she's a specimen when it comes like if I can be that athletic when I get to be around her age, I'm going to be ecstatic. She is a specimen.
What did she say? 787.
780 some plus days of working out consecutively. That's amazing. Way to go, Coach B.
Take
That's
a rest
awesome.
day sometime. Come on.
Yeah,
Let
I know.
the rest of us catch up.
I'd be like Sunday. I'm going to put my feet up. Nope. We got to do something.
Got to let the rest of us catch up now. Come on.
My day is not complete unless there's a little bit of suck in it. Apparently, that's just the way it is. I heard that quote one time, and I think about it all the time. My day is not complete unless there's a little bit of a suck in it, though. If it didn't suck at some point in time of the day, it wasn't a full day. But yeah, thanks to Coach Brumbaugh. I'm excited to see what the Cowgirl volleyball team looks like. I think she's going to be. I think they're going to have an interesting season this year where we're going to see what they can do. They're going to kind of come back, and I don't mean this in a negative way. They're going to kind of come back down to the, yes, last year was kind of a little bit of a step back down closer to all the other teams around the region. And then this year, I think there's going to be, a lot of teams will be in contention for the postseason this year, including Goodland. It just depends on how they can get these younger players to gel together. That'll be a big thing.
We've talked about it with a couple of different Goodland programs over there and their coaches, that idea of winning mentality and winning culture, especially at the high school level with these younger kids, means so much, and it never shows up on the court, right? That's not something that you can stat or write down, but having been there before, having that culture just in your program does mean a lot.
Yeah, so they've got the culture in the girls' programs is great, and the boys' programs are getting better. There's no doubt about that. Coach Dahl and the basketball team proved that this last winter. But yeah, the culture is getting better on the boys' side, but the girls' culture, it's good. And I while we're talking that, I do want to give a shout out to the Goodland Cowgirls, and because I see them at the county fair this week, the Northwest Kansas Fair, out there, running some of the games and helping out in some of the
hey, that's hard work.
Doing some volunteer work, and a shout out. I notice it and I appreciate it, ladies. Fantastic. It's great to see that. I'm glad the coaches do that. And I'm glad to see that they're out there helping and working in the community. I think that is fantastic. I'm all for that. So salute to you girls out there. Way to go. Did you happen to see what do you think the most interesting story was yesterday in the world of sports?
Well, I think I know where you're about to go with this, if that's what you're asking.
Would you agree with that statement? Was it the most interesting story?
The weirdest story, I think. I was out of left field as far as I'm concerned.
But we're in this era where we got to find ways for colleges to make money to pay players. And so we talked about it, selling name rights to fields and to stadiums and all that stuff is becoming a deal. And we saw a first big one drop yesterday as Florida International, FIU, has decided to allow Pitbull, the singer and mogul, or, musical mogul, he's going to name, they're going to name the stadium. It's going to be Pitbull Stadium. Oh my goodness. And he gets too sweet, and he's designing a song for the games. Like there's going to be like a song like it's third down, and then here's this Pitbull song singing or playing. You can imagine that. He's going to do a song. I mean, it might as well just be Pitbull you.
What country are we in? What era are we living in college sports that this is what we've come to after like a year of this?
Well, it's only going to get worse, and it.
That's what I'm saying is this is the first domino of many. And Pitbull's not even that bad. He's passionate. He's a big name. He can make music for the stadium. I just can't wait till it's just the most random, stupid thing you've ever heard sponsoring a stadium or a field or an entire program.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'll be intrigued to see what it looks like. I will have to tune in to watch an FIU game at some point in time. I'm surprised they didn't just give up the mascot. They're the FIU Panthers. Why not the FIU Pit Bulls? Should have just been that. Why not?
Yeah, really. Just wait for an all-state 12 clash in the Pit Bull Stadium at a neutral site would make my heart cringe.
What do you think what can you think of something that would be as what's something you could think? I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. Having, like you said, someone name the stadium like Pitbull is doing there at FIU. And can you think of something even more ridiculous off the top of your head?
Absolutely, I can.
The All-State 12 conference
is terrible.
That would almost take the cake. I mean, that
would make my heart hurt. I got something even crazier. No one would ever do this, right? Give 20% of your entire conference's ownership to a private equity firm. I think that'd be wild and stupid. Why would you ever do that? Oh, wait.
Money.
That's what the Big 12 is planning on doing, by the way, is throwing like $1 billion worth of ownership to a private equity firm. And that will just end very well, I am sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I was just trying to think of I don't know, I guess,
like a weird name.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was trying to
All-State 12 is pretty bad.
The first one that came was like something with Barstool, like the Barstool, but Barstool.
That's not that weird. They already have stuff they're named
I know.
after.
They got a bowl game, and they tried to get the naming rights to the Buffalo Bills Stadium. They already tried to do that. I was trying to think of something ridiculous. I mean,
Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts Bowl.
I already have a Pop-Tarts
That's
bowl.
so fun. I love that idea.
Pop-Tart. I just love they have the edible mascot. That to me is creative right there, folks.
That's some of the best marketing we've seen in sports in a long time.
The edible mascot with the giant toaster that then, brought in the edible guy and warmed him up, and then there he was to eat,
Michael on the text line says the Pit Bull Bowl at Pit Bull Stadium. It's going to happen. That might take the cake, Michael. We were trying to come up with something stupid and wild. That's the cake. That right there,
gosh.
You win.
Yeah, I know it's only going to get worse. I have a feeling. I don't know.
Once you open, what did a great man once say on this show? Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can only sort of you're just really sort of smushing all the toothpaste into a pile, but it's still on your countertop. You're not in your sink.
Once the toothpaste out of the tube, it's no longer going back in the tube. You're not getting in there. It's not even one of those deals where, some of those things where, you can kind of squeeze it and then it'll come back and you let go. It'll kind of retake the form like a plastic bottle. And so you can kind of squeeze it hard and then kind of put the stuff next to it in the pile and try to suck it up like that. You can't do that with toothpaste. You can't do that.
Right. You commercialize amateur sports, and this is what you get. It's sad, but we're here.
Listener Jared texting on the FB Bank text line, the movie Basketball is what's going to happen. He's probably not wrong. It's not wrong. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to these days ahead, but that's just where we're going.
A 3-run walk-off home run. A game-winning walk-off with a walk-off.
His second walk-off hit of the season.
In walk-off fashion. That baby's go.
Let's talk baseball. Royals with another loss last night to the Red Sox. Losing that one last night. Tough one there. Seth Lugo loses for the 6th time this season. Michael Massey did have a 434-foot bomb into the water, but they are unable to beat the Red Sox 6-5. They try to come back, can't get it done. Red Sox get the win. A little bit of controversy. There was a challenge and
into the netting.
Yeah, but when all said and done, the Royals end up losing 6-5. They've dropped 2 games. They were up 2.5 on the Red Sox. They now are only up a half game on the Red Sox. Try to avoid a sweep tonight at 7:10 Central Time on AM 790 KXXX. And Jake Cave, he's becoming everybody's favorite Rocky. 2-run bomb. And the Rockies beat the Mets 6-3 to open up a series there at Coors Field last night. And the bullpen was good. You've talked about this before, Christian. An inning and a third scoreless for the win for the bullpen last night.
It's crazy. It really is that the bullpen has stepped up, and the netting failure, by the way, was in the Rockies game, not the Royals game, but a win is a win.
Well, anyway, nonetheless, that game is 2 of that series is tonight at 6:40 Mountain Time. That will do it for us today. For Christian Peck-Dimit, I'm Ross Volkmer. Thanks again to Coach Angie Brumbaugh for joining us on the show today. We'll see you back here